Okay, so what this is a sort of flanger, phaser, all-in-one effect. So personally, I find the flanger and phaser in Serum to not have a lot of detail to what you can do with them. As you can see, there aren't a lot of controls. The new phaser does have a lot more controls, which is nice. So instead, I chose to use the phaser and flanger filters here. So I've used 4 instances of filters. So you have the flanger minus, flanger plus, phaser minus, and phaser plus. And what's going on here is that you have a step LFO that's modulating the cutoff of these filters, which is slowly changing the position of these effects and how they sound. So let me demonstrate like with a very exaggerated example with resonance almost all the way up. So yeah, this is a very extreme example, but this is basically what it does. So this LFO controls the cutoff of all the 4 of these filters. And then you have 2 macro knobs. So one switches between the minus and the plus version of the effect. And another one switches from phasing and flanging. So on the right side, it enables both flangers, and on the left side, it enables both phasers. So technically, you could also mix something in between like this, where you would have a bit of flanging and a bit of phasing at the same time. But personally, I like just using flanging or phasing depending on what I like. In addition to that, there's also a speed macro, which just changes the speed of the LFO. So you can go slower if you want to. And there's a smooth macro, which increases the smooth parameter, and it should increase how smooth each point moves in time. So this knob makes it a bit less stuttery and sample and hold-ish. And then there's another LFO, which is linked to the step/random knob. And it does the exact same thing as the first LFO, but it is sample and hold, so it is truly random. And what I've done is I've linked each and every modulation of LFO1 and LFO2 to be aux-sourced by this macro. So when it is on the left side, only this LFO affects the modulation of the cutoff, like so. And when it is on the right, then the sample and hold LFO is the one that controls the cutoff. So you get more weirder and random results. And if you put it in the middle, then you get a mix of both. So you get some modulation happening by the random LFO and some happening by the steps. So what you would see is that LFO1 is being controlled by this macro in a reverse curve. And LFO2 would be controlled by this macro with the regular curve. And this enables the mixing of both the random and the steps. So it may seem like a lot of work, but at the end it's just 4 filters, and very basic controls that allow you to get really interesting results. And if your results are sounding a bit weird and out of tune, you can also like use chroma or something to quantize them to your scale. Let's try it. And as you can hear at very low rates, the flanging at high resonance causes a sort of delay sound that's being pitched up and down due to the cutoff changing. This entire thing was inspired by a pedal by Earthquaker Devices called Pyramids. And it has a lot of different flanging modes, but it also has like this sort of steppy mode. So this is what I was trying to recreate here. And the random is just another nice addition which does the same thing but more randomly, which can give you some nice results. So yeah, I hope you like this video and I'll see you in the next one.